death of the Australian aid worker, Zomi Frankcom's family say they support an investigation into whether those responsible for her death should be charged with war crimes. Will you back this?
What I've said is that there needs to be full accountability and transparency for this tragic event. Zomi Frankcom should have been safe. Zomi Frankcom was doing work in the interests of humanity. Selfless work as an Australian hero who all Australians can be proud of. Someone who had worked not just in Gaza, assisting Palestinians who are suffering from such deprivation, but also had worked in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, and indeed here in New South Wales during the bushfires. Zomi Frankcom was going about her business, helping humanity, and her being killed in this way is a catastrophic event that is devastating for her family, but is also felt keenly by our nation. I spoke with Prime Minister Netanyahu yesterday morning. I have demanded full accountability for what has occurred. They have committed to a full and proper investigation. I want that to be transparent, and I want those findings to be made public so that we find out how exactly this can occur. What we know is that there have been too many innocent lives lost in Gaza. What we know is that the impact of this war is such that it shouldn't be the case that innocent Palestinians or people assisting them are made to pay the price for the actions of the terrorist group Hamas. I feel very strongly about this. Australia has called for a humanitarian ceasefire. We have voted that way at the United Nations. I've issued multiple statements with the Prime Minister of Canada and New Zealand, as well as with ASEAN leaders. From the very beginning, we have said that every innocent life matters, whether it's Palestinian or Israeli, and now we're seeing an innocent Australian assisting her fellow humanity lose her life in this tragedy.
You said that you've asked for full accountability, but what does accountability actually look like?
Accountability looks like finding exactly how this could have occurred. Zomi Frankcom was travelling in a vehicle that was clearly identified as an aid vehicle. It should not have been at risk, and we need accountability for how this occurred and for people to be held to account for this.
The founder of World Central Kitchen has said that each country whose citizens were killed in the airstrikes should conduct their own investigation into the incident. Is this something that you consider?
Well, I note the comments that have been made, and certainly the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade will work in whatever way possible to ensure there is transparency here. But the Israeli Defence Force have accepted their responsibility for this tragic event. We need to have accountability for how it's occurred. And what isn't good enough is the statements that have been made, including that this is just a product of war. This is against humanitarian law. International humanitarian law makes it very clear that aid workers should be able to provide that aid and that assistance free of the threat of losing their life. Thank you.